we begin today's devotional, I would love for you to take some time, and you're welcome to pause, to just think about the moment where you first began to encounter God, your first encounter with God. How did you feel? When did you really believe for the first time? And what was the immediate ramifications of your belief in that moment? Let's take some time and think about that. Today's scripture comes from Romans chapter 10, verses 9 through 10. So if you believe deep in your heart that God raised Jesus from the pit of death, and if you voice your allegiance by confessing the truth that Jesus is Lord, then you will be saved. Belief begins in the heart and leads to a life that's right with God. Confession departs from our lips and brings eternal salvation. Where is my belief? We were just talking about this in the Bible study, but is my belief in my head or in my heart or both? Because it needs to be in our heart for it to count. Simply acknowledging Jesus and reading the word and knowing it here is not enough. It has to travel, it has to transcribe into our hearts. And in this devotional, Paul is calling us deeper into our belief. There's a distinct difference between talking about something that you believe in and confessing with confidence. And I believe this is true in our prayers too. There's a difference in praying, and there's simply praying versus praying with conviction. When you're talking to a friend, or you're listening to someone who's having a difficult time, or they're telling you what they're going through, are you telling them, oh, so-and-so, God's going to move, he's going to work, he's still working out for your good? Or are you confessing with intentional confidence, scripture, and the word of the Lord over their life? They're two different things. In the upcoming weeks in this devotional, I want to talk more about what it means to confess the word and what it means to stand firmly on God's truths in your life. It's not enough to just believe. I want you to profess it. So some of our exercises and our reflection is going to be geared towards practicing that and trying and doing that so that eventually it just becomes what's natural. But in order to do that, we have to start by assessing, okay, where am I at right now? And I'm going to be doing the same thing in my own life. Where am I right now? So I want you to take some time to reflect, journal, pray, however it is you'd like to reflect. How deep is your faith right now? Consider what keeps you from trusting more. Just take time to intentionally unpack your relationship with the Lord. One of the things I would consider too is thinking about what was the moment where it went from here to here, and what transpired in order for that to happen. For me, I can think of several things in my life that pushed that transition from head to heart in my faith. Ask God to open your eyes to see barriers that keep you from going deeper. Give him your fears, give him your concerns, bring your questions, bring your doubts. Ask him to open your heart to a greater level of faith. It starts today, sis. It starts today. How deep is your faith right now? Take some time, reflect on that, and we're going to be going deeper into this over the next few weeks, and we'll hope you'll consider going and continuing through our devotions with us.